it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring this meeting to order, November 22nd. First thing we're going to do is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Before you walk your chair.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we're going to do a daily double here with his approval of the minutes, okay? We have two of them, the minutes of October 25th and the minutes of November 7th. If you kind of remember that they're okay?
I do remember that they're okay, and the seventh was one with the tax rate. So I will make a motion to accept the 25th and a motion to accept the November 7th minutes.
And I'll second that. We're both in favor, obviously.
Yeah.
So here we go. Just gotta send these.
Oh, your special bill, Julie put you up on the top of the agenda.
Yes. You want to say
Thanks.
that? Yeah, we didn't want to keep you too long. How you doing, Bill?
Good, thanks.
Good.
There you go.
Perfect. Let's put this here. Well, okay, Bill, you want to talk to us a little bit about the solar ordinance that you folks are putting together at the planning board. And, well, why don't you tell us why you're here about that?
Sure. As you may be aware, if you've been checking our minutes, we've been going through trying to put together solar ordinance, so we have some guidelines that are trying to at least normalize a process for folks putting in any solar
That's number one.
installation at their home. Generally speaking, for a roof installation, there aren't many issues. For ground mounts, there can be more, and so we're trying to make sure we have things in place that will work, fit with what we think the town would like to have in place, limit the size for any larger installations or the type of installation that might occur. We have a pretty good handle on what we're doing. We've gone over probably about 12 different model ordinances and compared it back from 17 pages to 2,
Yay.
which is pretty good.
Okay, yeah, that's
Pretty good. We turned it into English or some close smart English, and we think it meets fairly close. We had a listening post last week, which was good. We got a lot of input. We had people who might be a little bit more liberal than some of the folks on the planning board, and some folks who were not so sure about some of the things that we were doing. We modified what we had done. We've got new language after we had a small committee meeting after. And so we have language available. We do need to review it with council, though, just to make sure that we don't create something that might cause issues for us.
Sure.
We are averse of any kind of activities in courts, litigations. We prefer not to get into that, so we'd like to make sure we have language that's suitable. The other thing that we have that we do need to talk to council about, and that is the state passed a law recently that said you cannot discriminate and have in your zoning ordinance by age. And we have some age discrimination in our zoning ordinance, which allows for elderly to have easier opportunity, at least the reading of it, you could possibly read into it, that we allow for an elderly couple, one person to qualify for income, affordable housing, and that's all that's necessary for the household to qualify. So you could actually have one person who qualifies, one person who doesn't, and it would qualify for affordable housing the way it's written. At least that's, there may be a comma or two that could be adjusted and maybe get us out of that but it's easier just to take this stuff out, because we already have affordable housing and income checks in our zoning ordinance, and basically we'll want to just take away any reference we have to some age discrimination in the zoning ordinance. We think we can do it just by doing the housekeeping, because the way our zoning ordinance is written, if the state passes a law, we're automatically, I think, need to be in compliance. We just want to adjust the language. We want to ask council if we can do that, or whether or not we actually have to go and put that before the voters in March.
Do you have the, I'm sorry to interrupt, do you have the RSA on that was passed, the number?
Oh goodness, no.
Okay,
It is referenced in our minutes somewhere.
okay, I'll find it.
You
Thanks.
could ask somebody more locally to your knowledge
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
who would know the information on that.
Gotcha,
Right.
David. Gotcha.
But don't ask me.
Well, I think you're going
Okay.
about it the right way
Yeah.
in what you're doing, so I think we have to make a motion to allow it, or just do it? No. Yeah, you should
No.
talk to council and, find out just exactly.
Just trying to follow.
Yeah, it makes sense.
In past years, we didn't have to, and then you guys made a change that said if we are going to use council,
Mhm.
then we should make a request
Mhm.
first, so you're aware of what we're doing, which I think makes sense.
Yep.
And you're in.
Right. So do you feel that what you guys are doing are encouraging people to do solar? I mean, we're not trying to discourage people, we're trying to encourage that, or is it just you decide on your own? Is it hard? Is it easy?
The way that we're doing it, and we came up with an idea that I think will work, and that is that if we don't really want any commercial installations, particularly in the residential areas. We've had enough issues with people thinking that we have too much commercial in the residential areas anyway. And so in order to do that, basically we've said, if you're gonna do an installation, it should be about 150, it should be limited to 150% of what your need is to meet your home's needs. And that allows some flexibility in the calculation. Maybe you come up with a net positive on that, but most people are really constrained by the cost of the installation as opposed to how much you're putting in. But if we didn't say that, somebody might say, look, I got an extra 3 acres here, why don't I just toss in a whole bunch and create an opportunity to rent my land, if you will, for a commercial benefit. I don't want that to happen.
Aesthetics.
So we're not discouraging, but we're not overly encouraging.
You're setting down rules.
Pardon?
You're just setting the rules,
Yeah.
the regulations and all of what you need.
Which is probably the most controversial of anything we're talking about is we would like people to screen their installation so that it's not something that's going to smack you in the eyeballs when somebody drives by, or for your neighbor to have an industrial looking installation sitting. No restriction on something putting on your roof, but again, it's the ground mounts. And if anyone needs an example of what it can look like on unscreened, just take a drive up Switchback.
Yeah.
And you'll see it.
Okay.
So it's more a preemptive way to create the ordinance I mean, we don't want a Level or Freiburg type of situation where we do end up in court or, have some battles trying to stop something that isn't aesthetically appealing to the town for the neighbors, etc.
Well, okay. I think,
That's my long
go
and
for
short.
it, let us know, obviously you're gonna let us know, what they have to say about it, we'll be hearing about from your meetings and stuff, so that's great, I think it's a good idea.
Thank you.
I have a question about the budget for this. Julie, would this come out of the planning board's budget first or would it come out of our legal
It
budget?
will come out of our legal budget.
Okay. And so we have to make a motion since we're spending money on that, or?
I mean, you can to cover anything. We don't have a specific dollar amount unless we
Right,
say,
so-
okay, well, we're gonna limit them to,
Right. It's just out of the
I-
budget we have.
I,
I
I
how do
trust-
we deal with our legal? Does it on retainer
No.
or is it by hour?
by hour, by job, and so I trust that if you ask Jason Dennis to look into this, he'll probably come back with something that says, I have examples from other towns, or it's gonna be a project, and maybe let us know a ballpark when you find out, just by emailing Julie, so we can get an idea. If it feels like it's something exorbitant, then we'll maybe revisit it, but I feel Jason's very conservative, right, in his billing, so I don't think
And
we have.
unlike I was reading where, other towns have gone to Jason's, they do figure it out and then, advise us. We're doing all the work, and we're
Right.
just wanting to make sure that the language passes muster.
Right,
Okay,
so I'm fine with that part.
good. All right, well, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. We want to move to 2023 health insurance. Julie has been doing some work. I'm sure you probably got involved in this too, right? And
Little.
we're going to switch our insurance, but it's not really going to change what the coverage is going to be. Basically, it's going to be the same. But one of the things we're going to get is some pretty good savings. I won't get into all the details, but we're going with Harvard Pilgrim. And again, our administrator feels that this is the right thing to do. And once again, it'll be the same policy. I don't want anybody to worry about they're going to be losing anything, except they're going to actually have a few $1,000s in savings per person,
Family.
the way per family. So it's a good thing. So any discussion here? Because I'll just entertain a motion to accept this as having Harvard Pilgrim
I'll make a
Is our
motion to transfer it to Harvard Pilgrim, it's interlocal trust.
to look.
So there, and
Yes.
thanks for the information.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Here we go. Thank you. Okay, seems like a little late right now to be saying thank you to everybody that helped in the election, because it's been a little while, but we want to thank everybody. It's just amazing the way people come out in this town of Jackson and spend their evenings counting votes and getting it right. We do a pretty good job of it, I'd say. On the heels of this, I just want to say that it's possible, because we've been talking about getting machines for the future, so that we may join the rest of the state of New Hampshire, basically. Probably won't happen until 2024, but anyway, a big thank you to everybody for helping us out, especially a little bit of special thank you to Red Fox Bar and Grill for their donations, of course, the delicious sandwiches that were made for us from Glen Ledge. Thank you, John, all that. Okay.
Yes, awesome.
All right. Okay, we have a police resignation. Gary Sherry has resigned. And we just want to extend gratitude for his service to the town of Jackson. And we wish him well in whatever else he does. Does anybody want to say anything more about Gary? I guess I didn't know him that well, but
Good guy.
okay,
Yep,
so.
he's, he was part-time, I think only 8 hours a week. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I know Chief is looking for somebody else, but it's a tough one to fill.
make a motion to accept this resignation, or, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Yep.
so,
I'll make a motion to accept Gary's resignation.
okay, and I'll second it.
I will second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And thank Gary for his service, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I said, part-time positions are kind of hard to come by,
yeah.
fill
He's a good
anyways.
guy.
He did a great job, and
Mhm.
I appreciate it.
Gets to spend more time with his family now that he's retiring, retiring from some hours, I guess.
Okay, we have some withdrawals of trustees of the trust funds. We're requesting withdrawals for $4,000 from the Fire Department Equipment Expendable Trust, 0046, for Fire Tech and Safety of New England. And also $4,917.08 for the Police Department Equipment Expendable Trust Fund. And we're doing whatever we're doing through Crest Auto World. So, make a motion, someone wanna make a
Is
motion?
that, is the police cruiser, is that the new one still more?
No, that is actually the one that
Oh.
is gonna be transferred
To
over to
Kevin.
Right,
Kevin.
That's right.
So, Chief did pick up the cost of that due to the grant money that he got for,
Right,
the other vehicle.
thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the 2 withdrawals from the trust funds.
you want a second, Jim?
I will second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye. Are they gonna take the paint and get rid of
He's gonna get new sign,
just the paint?
signage for the.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's interesting that we have a full-time building inspector that has his own vehicle, a town appropriated vehicle, and some towns don't have anyone at all.
Yes.
So I'm really proud of what we do for our service, and the revenue from our permits pretty much covers the cost of him and his expenses, so it's a good thing.
All right, we received a letter of interest for for an alternate planning board seat. A lady named Deborah Hill. She's been living in town for 5 years, and she just loves the experience of being here, and she's just really wants to get involved with town government. And she's a young woman, and this is good, you know, that there are people out there who want to help us out
Yep.
and do these things, and particularly you being here, that, you know, you'll be meeting her, I'm sure before too long. Have you met her yet? Deborah Hill?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, well, I'm sure you will be, because I'll make a motion that we accept her application.
It's just like
Take the
letter.
under of it?
Yeah. Yeah,
We don't have any.
If she lives in town, she's breathing.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's what we always say. If they walk by slowly enough behind my town hall, we grab them and bring them in. Right?
So she's lived here for 5 years, that's very cool too.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
Very cool.
we welcome the opportunity to.
Yeah, we're gonna have the chairman here.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay,
Motion to appoint as an alternate. I will make a motion, or unless you made the motion, I'll second it.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Sign this. Okay. So now, all right, so you got a new member coming.
Yay.
It's a wonderful thing.
That's a great thing.
What will she do? Will she just go to a meeting, or once we notify her that, will she? You'll find
I
out.
will let you speak to that as an alternate.
Yeah, I believe, should the alternates need to be sworn in?
Yep, we have, Julie already has a oath attached to
So they
that.
need to be sworn in, but then, yeah, just show up.
And then if they're under, if all the board members haven't showed up, she could be appointed as a voting member for that.
Yes, according to the way the RSA establishes the appropriateness, it's by seniority.
Oh,
Hmm.
So, yeah, if she's the most senior alternate, she might get to vote. But the way we work our meeting is that all members and alternates have full access to discussion.
mhm.
So their input is taken, and it's rare that our votes are so close that we have to worry about who's voting or not voting. But the key part for me is really getting a diverse view of what we're discussing from various folks. And I don't always agree with everybody, and everybody doesn't always agree with me, and that's okay. The idea is to really get ideas out there, and if there are differences of opinion, understand what they are and understand why, and see if we can do something with them.
Okay, good. We also have a report of cut, an intent to cut here.
And that's actually the same thing. So there's the report of cut, they're closing out one,
Okay,
we're sending them the bill, and then they're opening it up on the same lot again for more cutting.
okay, this is for Stephen and Denise Dinsmore,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
and it's lot number R30/15A. Do I have to go through all the amounts and this and that and this, or?
Nope, you just have to make the motion to sign the intent and then
And there are
sign
3 places
sign
to
the
sign it.
report. Yep.
So you want to make that motion?
No, I tried
You
to.
want to jump?
I'll make a motion to approve the intent to cut on lot 30-15A.
What a-
Just
what
so
a
I'm paying
minute.
attention.
And also the report. And also the report cut.
There.
There are 2 things.
Okay,
And the report to cut.
okay.
I will second that motion. Thank you,
All
John.
those in favor, John?
Aye.
All right, so we got 3 places to sign here, so just, how do we do this to us? Here it is. Ladies first.
I'm not there.
There you go, sir.
Okay.
Nobody dated it.
Yeah, I didn't date it either.
Oh,
22.
yeah. Pay attention. Do we all have to date it?
Rejected.
No, we don't.
Rejected.
Did it, come on.
Dated.
It's just the rookie mistakes. Anyway. All right.
Oh, okay, I'll go first, I don't care. And I'll date it.
Yeah, you're good. You're just old hand, you're just good. All right, so this is a big surprise, and I think a thing that most people are gonna welcome in the town, because I know Julie gets some feedback about this sort of thing, but we have an agreement with the cable company to get us back on state cable. State
Yeah,
cable,
and that
man, I'm
was
going away from the beginning. Spectrum.
All, yeah, so
State
not
cable.
clear.
Think of that, right? Is that awful?
Yeah,
That worked
Chris,
for them.
Wow.
I was unsuccessful.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
unsuccessful, but he
Take
went to Spectrum and went to the high up and
Sweet.
got it set back up. He had an amendment to our franchise agreement, and Valley Vision and Conway are on board, so
That's
people will be
fantastic.
able to see their kids again in sporting events. And
That's
and so,
great.
Yep, he was able to do it.
Yes, Chris McClear, I guess we owe him congratulations and thank you for
Yeah.
this, because again, mothers and fathers throughout the land will be very happy to see their kids on the big screen, right, on the little screen. Okay, so there is a cost with this. We're right, it's minimal for this time of
It's
year,
prorated for this year, but then it will be on the warrant.
so we have to
Is
put,
it $3,000
Five.
still? 5,000?
Mhm.
Everything's gone up.
It was, well, I'm assuming it's 5 because it was 5 when we last participated.
Oh.
So hopefully it's remaining the same. I believe Conway said it was 5, but I've got
Okay.
to double check that.
Nice.
so we make a motion on this to,
Mhm.
okay, so let's make a motion to begin the process of getting us back on Valley Vision, is what it is.
Well, just
Getting-
updating the franchise agreement with Spectrum, and then it will
Okay, updating. this.
allow us to participate with Conway with an MOU,
Right.
which
Get all
will
that.
then lead to
Very
Valley
good,
Vision.
okay. That's terrific that he was able to do that.
I'll
And,
second your motion.
okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Trying to see what else I have to sign here, except this day. To November, he asked me for the same thing here. Okay. November 22, I think that's gonna be the Spectrum. So that's it. Just need one signature.
Perfect.
Okay, all right, we're good.
Good job, Chris.
All righty, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, Facilities Committee is there.
Facilities Committee, we are up to 157
Wow.
online survey results. I'm not sure if we've gotten anything in hard
There's a
copy
full
here.
set.
Perfect, so I will pick those up later and we're gonna start tallying, but please, everyone, that's watching, and in the minutes, please remember to submit your surveys. The deadline is November 30th. If you need a copy or can't get online, contact the office. There's going to be a replenishment in the post office, and we'll get them to you however you want, but we have gotten 157. We need to get more than that if we can, so please participate, and we're really looking forward to probably another either listening session towards the end of December and then presenting to us in early January. So, yes.
Excellent. Okay, we also have a couple of STRs to approve. The planning board has already seen them. It's for Christopher Trudeau and Ryan and Jessica Sullivan. They've done everything they're supposed to do. So it's just a question of us making a motion again to approve what the planning board has already done for us.
Actually, they just get the application and send it on to us. You make sure it's filled out right, but we
You sure?
check
Or they're
out
just
all
looking
the,
at you?
yeah, we check out all the details to make sure that their application is correct and filled out correctly, and they have a meals and rentals.
But that's already been done.
That's all the stuff.
Oh,
Everything's been completed.
Yep,
So
Julie
just-
does all that too,
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
So I'll make a motion to approve Trudeau at map V07, lot 59C, 15 Maple Bush Road.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Now, I do have a question about the next one.
Okay, hold on. Let me just-
It's at 41 Presidential, but they also have a building permit to do new flooring, ceiling, and electrical. So has Kevin weighed in on any of that? Does he know that they have an application?
I'm not sure.
So I'm guessing because they signed the affidavit that everything is fine, that they're probably,
What got it to this point, I think, as I say, that it's gone through the process,
yeah.
so we should be all
So
right.
hopefully they're probably not gonna end up renting it until the construction's done, I would think.
Yeah,
I
we
can
would hope
verify
so.
that. I can verify that.
You
Okay.
would absolutely
I'll
hope
make
so, right?
I'll make a motion to approve it, the Sullivan at map V10, lot 134, 41 Presidential,
Okay.
and Julie will reconfirm with Kevin that everything is,
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we have a bunch of building and driveway permits, but it's all fine. Everything seems to be good there. Kevin's looked in, they're all approved.
Question number 99.
yeah, easy.
Which one?
Number
Our
99.
renewal. Our renewal of our
It's a little
permit.
dicey to me.
Yeah. You should come by and check it out. It's looking good.
All right, well, I'll get to the last but not least, the meetings that are coming up, right? Is there anything else I'm forgetting here? I think we've got everything. So on Tuesday, December 6th at 3:30 PM, Bartlett Jackson Transfer Station ambulance meeting at 4:30, so they'll be meeting with us
Right.
after that. So we finally were able to corral those guys.
Mhm.
And then the next meeting after that will be Tuesday, December 20th at 3:30. Tuesday, January 10th at 3:30 again. And then here we go, Tuesday, January 24th at 3:30, budget hearing number 1, following the selectmen's meetings. And then on the 7th, which is a Tuesday at 3:30, budget hearing number 2, following the selectmen's meeting.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, the only thing I wanted to say, I just going back to, because we have some time just to say something, I wanted to say something about the healthcare, and, you know, I think it's great what we're doing, but I think that the benefit is well-deserved, and it's a good benefit, and I believe that, I don't know if I'm getting too political to say this, but I'd like to see a time when maybe everybody has this kind of a benefit across the country, you know? And that I would hope the people who are benefiting from this benefit would, if legislation or any idea like that ever comes up, that they would vote for it too, so all of us could have a really good healthcare plan. And this is a good one, but I just have to say that because I feel that we're doing well by our employees, and we're very fortunate to have them all. I'm glad that we're able to save a little money and give them the plan that will meet their needs. Let me say more.
Well, I don't know if you were on the board yet, or if it was right before you were on the board, but Julie and I did a lot of deep dive into alternative
I remember
plans than the two that
We
we
did it
have.
last year, yeah.
Yeah, it was not attractive, and I dealt with a local company that went through quite a disaster, and I think we would have either lost an employee or two at least, or just really not had this great benefit package. So I think you're right. It's unfortunate how much it costs, but it's also fortunate that people had it. And so, all good. We have a broken system.
Just thought I'd get that.
Country.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you like to say for public comments? Bill, you all set? Okay, well, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All
I'll second that.
those in favor? John? Did I forget something?
Did your coffee kick
Yeah.
in yet?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
thanks,
that's
Bill.
Just tired today.
That's coffee from a different place, though.
Yes, it is. Actually, it's a home, actually, I made my own.